Hello, everyone. Thank you for attending. This is Siwing Yi, and today's topic is midterm rentals, emerging, exploring new real estate asset class. So without further ado, let me share my screen and take a very deep dive into this amazing phenomenon. Midterm rentals. You can skyrocket your rental income. Midterm rental is more than 30 days rental and less than 365 days. The rental pools are the following potential tenants: traveling nurses, care workers, retirees, digital nomads, and remote workers. So therefore, the possibilities are endless. So midterm rental is the acronym. I'm creating this acronym. Okay, maybe I've heard it recently. It's MTR, midterm rental. So in the future videos, what I'm going to talk about TR is midterm rentals. This is just the first of many videos I'm going to put out there. This is an urgent matter. This video has to go out there for my database of my real estate members within my network. There are several thousand of you. And of course, for the YouTube channels out there, a YouTube channel audience. At the end of this video, if you see value, please smash the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And for those of you that want to learn more in-depth details about midterm rents, please file your email into my website on a link below so you can become a free member of our real estate investing community, the Yi Real Estate Network. So without further ado, let's continue. You have the flexibility of transitioning from your existing rental. In a way, it does not matter where it is. Okay, it kind of doesn't matter. Discuss that. I would discuss the locations, the best markets to buy properties for midterm rentals. Just be prepared. This kind of information is timely, is very urgent, require a lot of urgency. You can scale. I say it again, you can scale. You can do it remotely and you can do it passively. So the long-term goal is if you have the time, the commitment, the financial resources to do it, if you've been part of my network for the past 20 years, long-term philosophy for each individual investor is to buy a portfolio of 10 rental properties. Prior, over the years, I have discussed to buy 10 or more rental properties, retire in 10 years, achieve $10,000 monthly net passive income per month, and achieve $1 million of net worth. Throw that formula out the window. I have modified my formula by at least 10 rentals, a combination of short-term rentals, mid-term rentals, and long-term rentals. How does that sound? And yet, still can spend 1 hour per week doing this business. By the way, I did not stutter, did I? I do stutter. So therefore, you could exponentially grow your real estate business 10x or even more. And finally, this is a tip of the iceberg. Let me give you a sample portfolio. It's not all inclusive because doing midterm rentals, you can do it anywhere in the country, really. To a certain extent, there's more to it than that, obviously. But if you do it the right way, you buy in the right market, if you surround yourself with a team, then you have your chances of success are a lot greater than if you do it in a very disorganized way and think you can do it all by yourself. No, you can surround yourself with a team of professionals who are in this space, midterm rental space. And obviously, I have my team from various markets that I can work for many years, long term. They themselves can help you transition into midterm rentals with your existing portfolio or your new portfolio, your new properties you're going to buy. I only have time to go over a couple of markets which will make a midterm rental a very lucrative for you. Now, you may start out, this is a long term, right now, this performa in Florida, by the way, Southwest Florida, for the sake of discussion, let's say you go buy a single family home with the expectation of a long-term rental, nothing wrong with that. You put 25% down payment, you pay your investment mortgage rate, whatever, 7%. If you crunch the numbers, at the end of the day, at the end of the month, you can still do a net monthly cash flow of a couple $100. So that's a good situation given to this real estate market environments, this still works. Okay. I'm not going over all the numbers. You can, when you watch this video again, you can pause on this pro forma. So this is long-term rental, right? This is a 1 year kind of deal. And what if you convert this long-term rental scenario into a mid-term rental? I'm just giving you a rough estimate. Instead of charging $2,300 in this case, you could potentially, I've done a little bit of research, you can charge maybe up to $3,000 monthly gross rent to do a mid-term rental. Mid-term rental could be 3 to 6 months on a contract with a traveling nurse or any combination of thereof. Longer than 30 days, less than 12 months, right? So that is the definition of short-term rental. So if you're able to charge $3,000 on converting this into a mid-term rental, $3,000 instead of $2,300 on a long-term rental, so you're charging extra $700. The key is, I'm just making some projection, okay? I'm using assumptions. Let's say over the course of a year, you're getting 3 contracts with a traveling nurse or any other prospect out there, 3 to 6 months. So let's say you have 2 months of vacancy, something like that. So you have 10 months of rent that you can charge $3,000. At the end of the day, is it worth it to you? I don't know. You have to pay extra to fix up the house. You need to furnish the house. And it's not that cheap anymore with the materials. You can furnish your properties inside to accommodate the specifics of what some of those short, medium-term renter tenants want. So yeah, it is spend extra money on adding a little bit more amenities inside your furnished rental. Does it make sense? So you're getting a $700 monthly mid-term rental. If you can do it, I don't know, each market is different. You have to buy, ideally, you should buy a property close to a hospital within 30-minute or less drive, because that's where the traveling nurses are going to. And the hospital need to have like a tier 1, tier 2 type of surgical unit. You need to have at least 200 beds, those kind of scenarios. But then again, don't restrict yourself just on traveling nurses. There are many other types of category of tenants that will be more than happy to pay you excess rent to do this mid-term rental. Does that make sense? Given that your monthly cash flow, if you do all the numbers on a monthly, if you apply this long-term cash flow monthly into a mid-term rental cash flow, you could conservatively adjust this monthly net cash flow from 200 per month net to around $500, $600, $700 per month net. There you go. So that's a scenario. So, buy a single family home, new construction in a good location, in a sub-market, in a suburbs, within proximity of a major metro. Those are the ideal situation. Furthermore, another type of property you should buy in a good market, like in Florida and Texas. Let me spill the beans for the best location to achieve mid-term rental is Florida and Texas, and the other areas could be other parts of South and Southeast. I do not necessarily recommend the Midwest because it's not a trophy market, if you will, not the fastest growing market, at least not for mid-term rentals, right? Long-term rentals, the Midwest is fine. I've been promoting that. That's fine. I would not suggest higher price homes either for short-term rentals, like in the Western region, especially California, is way too expensive. The numbers still may not work. It does work in certain situations, but for the most part, if you buy mid-term rentals in expensive markets like the Northeast, cheap market, no, like the Midwest, no, or the Western region, I could go on to say that the skyrocketing prices in the Western region, not only California, but the Northwest is a no-no. It's a Phoenix, Boise, Nevada. I can say that those markets are not the best for mid-term rentals because even with a higher rent, correct me if I'm wrong out there, right? For those of you that have a good experience in mid-term rentals, please comment below and share your thoughts. I'd be more than happy to be proven wrong. But Western region, the price is too high. Even with a higher rent, with a mid-term rental, the number still does not jive. So as a Shark Tank, as Mark Cuban may say on the popping show Shark Tank, for those reasons, I'm out. Shark Tank. Get it? Anyway, so the best areas to buy is emerging growth areas in the suburbs affordable markets in the South and Southeast. So it could be North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and a few other places is ideal with the you crunch the numbers. Okay, that's the bottom line. Crunch the numbers. Make sure that the higher cash flow justify a rental as opposed to a long-term rental. But there's the pros and cons. I'm not going to discuss the pros and cons too much, except that there's more effort involved and there's more maintenance issues, add on the amenities and the vacancy factor. You got to do the numbers. So another property is really good for you is you can potentially buy a new duplex in the good areas. It's very important to find duplexes in Southwest Florida. In this case, this is very much doable as the example I'm showing you. And few places in Texas, which we have relationship with property managers in few markets in Texas, Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, and Austin. We have teams available in those markets for many years now that can help you with this type of mid-term rental portfolios. Does it make sense? Close to hospitals, close to universities, in A-class neighborhood, you can buy this type of new construction. These duplex in Cape Coral is another great example you can do. Buy for leverage luxury. New construction, very fast growing, 575,000, for example. You put 25% down payment at 7% mortgage interest rate. I mean, or long-term rental on this duplex, your cash flow is modest. Doesn't mean that you should not buy a long-term rental and achieve these numbers. I still recommend investors buying this type of properties in right now because you buy for long-term growth. It's not all about cash flow. I talk about in my other videos about the multi-dimension aspect of investing income property, and this is no exception. But what if you convert this duplex into both sides into mid-term rental? You can increase the monthly cash flow to like $500 to $1,000 per month, right? Or you could keep one side of the duplex a long-term rental, and on the other side, you could make it a mid-term rental or even short-term rental if you wish. So there's a lot of flexibility if you buy a house that or other than a single-family home. Duplex is ideal. Triplex and fourplex on a historical basis, it tends to be in a not so good neighborhood, right? You need to buy into an area that you can get the good tenants and high quality tenants that have the money to pay you long-term rents or mid-term rents in that case. Does it make sense? So duplex provide you more flexibilities. You can do a lot of negotiation, if you will. Over time, you can convert the duplex into one unit, could be for your personal usage. Over time, in the future, the other unit could be long-term rent. You can, every few years and then you can change your long-term rental into mid-term rental. You change your mid-term rental into short-term rental and back and forth. That's that great flexibility you have buying a multi-unit. Multi-unit is a very generic term. I would say 1 to 4 unit is as far as I would go in terms of maximizing your mid-term rental situation. Finally, again, I'm not going to spend too much time in Central Texas. Same thing. New construction in a fast emerging suburban neighborhood is ideal throughout Texas and close to medical facilities and hospitals where you can rent to the medical people, not just traveling nurses, right? So in this case, I'm just pick one example in which we have a team, like I said, in all the major submarkets in Texas. They can help you with all the property management. I'm not even discuss about the marketing. There are in all the resources you can tap into. You have to team up with an inspection team, marketing team that can do all the work for you remotely, even though you live 5,000 miles away, 10,000 miles away. It does not matter. Okay. All right. This way in Texas, for example, I have this Temple, Texas is 1 hour north of Austin. It's a huge medical city, if you will. They have hospitals and training hospitals all over the place. This could be ideal for you to buy something there right now. In this case, $259,000 new construction there that rents for $1,950 on a long-term rental that will net you only $100 per month cash flow, which is good. It's still good long-term buy and hold. But if you convert this to a mid-term rental, and then you could collect monthly net cash flow, maybe $300 to $500 more per month. Does that make sense? I want to make this short and sweet. There's a lot of things I probably didn't cover. There's just so much to talk about, so much possibilities. To recap, you could, if you're an existing investor, you have a lot of rental properties in different parts of the country. You need to think about how to do the midterm rental portfolio. I have the resources for you. There are some websites, there are some links I may not have for you right now, but you can contact me, contact information below. We can talk one-on-one. I do one-on-one consulting, fee-based consulting, if you will, for those of you ambitious people out there. And so the fact that we have a marketing team, we have those markets available for many years, we can transition into midterm rental quite easily in those fast growing markets that are ideal for midterm rental transition portfolio. So whether you are a newbie, whether you are a new investors that are very motivating, if you want to incorporate midterm rental into your portfolio, now's the time to do it because this is an emerging asset class is blowing off. This is absolutely mind blogging. How much you could escalate, how much you can scale, how much you can accelerate your wealth building, not just cash flow, your wealth building. Real estate is the asset class of choice, investment asset class of choice. Investment real estate, income property, single family home to fourplex. You have to surround yourself with the right team on the ground that can provide all the turnkey situation for you. So whether you buy 10 rentals of different types, 20, 30 rentals, all you need is to spend 1 hour per week managing your massive real estate portfolio. All right. So hopefully you receive a lot of value on this video. There's a lot more to come. Just like I said, smash the like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and more importantly, subscribe to my email database. You can become a free member of our real estate investing community so you can learn more about not only the emerging midterm rentals, but all types of rental, turnkey, different type, remotely, passively, regardless of where you live. I don't care if you live in Timbuktu or Bora or where else, you can do this. You can create this type of awesome real estate portfolio, but it takes time. This is not a get rich quick scheme. It requires a lot of blood and sweat and tears. It will take time for you to maximize this portfolio. It takes years of growth and learning and motivation and positive attitude, the whole 9 yards. So this is not for the faint of heart. You got to be serious, got to be motivated, you got to be inspired, you got to have a little bit of money for down payments and what have you. And above all, surround yourself with a team, hire an awesome coach, yours truly, to help go through your personal journey of financial freedom. Thank you so much. This is Siwen Yi, and I'll see you on the next video very shortly. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.